Well, hello. It is Friday, December 6th. It is a lovely day. It's sunny. It's not terribly cold. We're outside. Doggies are doing their business. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am not feeling my best today. I'm feeling very down. I'm feeling rather depressed. Holiday season, winter blues, life. Some days you're just not feeling it. And like today, it's just one of those days, you know? I think it's sometimes people are like, well, do this, do that, get over it. Don't, but I firmly believe that in order to heal it, you got to feel it. You got to feel it to heal it. You got to let yourself do and feel whatever is going on. Because pushing it down, suppressing it, trying to ignore it, is going to make it worse. So, I'm just trying to get some work done, snuggling with the dogs. Yeah, holidays are hard. Holidays are hard even when things, seemingly look like you have a lot going for you in your life. They can be hard for whatever reason. And holidays are hard when you don't have family, or like immediate family. I'm thankful I have the family I have, my nieces and nephews. So, because I know some people don't even have that, but it's tough. The holidays were always really hard for me growing up after my mom died and then my oldest brother dying. They were really, really, really hard. And then when I was taking care of my dad, I was decorating more because he enjoyed that. So it gave me something to do and I liked it better. And now that he's gone and then my other brother passing, it's just like, that dreaded holiday depression that I felt most of my life is back. And that's just how it is, It's just how it is. At least to recognize it and acknowledge it and, know that it'll pass. This too shall pass. We'll get through the holiday season. But if you're having a hard time the holiday season, you are not alone. On the one hand, I would like it to all be over. But then on the other hand, this is the time of year that I make the most money with my book sales. So it's like, well, super depressed, but also making a lot of money. So like, what do? You know what I mean? I try to focus on that it's the busy time of year for my book sales. What are you doing, Mr. Teddy? Hi, Teddy. Do you want to go back in and get a treat? Because you did your business. What is it, boys? They're like, it's Advent calendar time. We've got our Aldi dog treat calendars, which I have to get scissors and pry it open for. So we'll be back. Okay, door number 6. There's a little bell. There's yours. Where's Charlie? There you go. Good boys. They love this Aldi calendar. I tell you what. If Charlie's gobbling it up, it must be good. Right, buddy? Yeah. It is a couple hours later. Charlie is feeling so much better today. Aren't you, buddy? He actually let me work for 2 hours. Didn't you? And you were just so content, just hanging out. I'm so happy because you've been so unhappy the last 2 weeks after surgery. I know, poor baby, but you're feeling better. I can tell. Yeah. So he let me work for 2 hours. I did a bunch of writing and then I worked on merch, print on demand for Amazon. You can tell he's feeling better. So thank goodness. Because it's been a rough go after he had his bladder stones removed. He's been just, agitated, fidgety, wants snuggles all the time, which is fine. I just wasn't able to really leave him because he'd get very upset and go to the bathroom somewhere. But yeah, he's doing a lot better. It looks like he's going to have another nap here. Buddy, I'm just so glad he seems like he's feeling better because that's no fun. And they're dogs. You can't explain it to them. Listen, you had bladder stones all blocked up in your privates and they had to take them out and it's agitated down there. Right?
See, I don't know what happened, guys, but I feel like I'm feeling better today. Yeah. Are you feeling better?
Anyway, so like I said, I did writing. What I've been doing a little bit lately is dictation. So Microsoft Word, you can dictate and the microphone, turn it on, and I can just lean over to the computer and dictate what I want to be written. I obviously have to go back and edit it, but that saves a lot of stress on my wrist. My left wrist has just been hurting a lot, and I don't know what's wrong with it, but too much of anything and it really hurts. So being able to dictate is very helpful. And if I'm not at the computer, I can also dictate on my phone. What I'll do is I'll bring up an email, just a blank email, and I'll dictate in the email and then email it to myself and copy it, paste it over into my Word document, and then I can edit from there. That has been very, very helpful. I know authors who dictate everything they write. It's hard with nonfiction because when you're doing technical explanations of things, that can be a little bit more difficult, but just like, general stuff that I'm writing. So yeah, dictation, yay. Dictation's for the wrist. And then I did some more merch designs for Amazon. I also want to put the designs over on TeePublic and Redbubble, but what do you think, buddy? I've also been, because I wanted to scale up to my 1,000 designs, but I'm also seeing some data that some of the designs people want on tote bags and sweatshirts, not just this t-shirt. So some of the designs I've been adding to those products. So that means in a day on Merch by Amazon, the level I'm at, the tier I'm at, I can upload 50 products per day. So not 50 designs, 50 products. So if I put a design on a shirt, a regular crew neck, a V-neck, a sweatshirt, and a tote bag, that's 4 uploads out of my 50. But that's okay. As long as, like, if I can do some print on demand and some writing every day, then I'm happy. It's just been hard taking care of Charlie, but you come first, don't you, buddy? He says, when are you going to stop talking so I can take a nap? I'm so tired. You're so tired. If you're wondering where Teddy is, he is napping under the footrest. He likes it under, he likes like a little fort. All right. It is evening now, and we have had an eBay order. And it is for this New Kids on the Block doll. This is Joe. I was never a New Kids on the Block person. They came out, and I was in high school, so it just wasn't cool. But I didn't like them anyway. I liked my British alternative music, Depeche Mode, The Cure. That's what I was into. Anyway, Joe here sold for $19.99 with the buyer paying shipping. He's very tan. He is very tan, this Joe. You need some sunscreen, sir. Well, hello. Ooh, that's very sunny. Whoa, hello. It is the next day. It's Saturday. I'm feeling better today. Yesterday was just a down day. It was just, I don't know. I'm really, it sounds strange, but I've done a lot of reading on this, that the second year of grief is actually the hardest because that's when reality hits. Like, oh, my dad's not coming back. My brother's not coming back. And you just really have to face reality. And, for me, like, obviously my dad's been gone since July 2023, but it was a lot of trauma leading up to that with caregiving and him being in hospice. It was very difficult. And I still haven't processed all of that. But, I had so much just like physical recovery from that period, just resting and trying to recoup from, that time. And now I'm at the time where it's like, oh, okay, he's really gone. And especially for me, like, okay, now I'm really alone. I'm really alone in life. I know a lot of people, they'll say, people who aren't alone, go out and, meet people and make new friends and find a husband. And the thing of it is, I am still grieving the people who are gone. This isn't about go out and find a replacement. You know what I mean? Go find somebody else for whoever you've lost. I can't find another parent. And I have friends and I have people in my life, but to go out and just like find somebody who can move in and I can do stuff with, like, that's not what this is. This is about me grieving the people who aren't here. This is about me grieving my dad who's not here. So it's not about replacing people or just be happy with the people you have. You have to grieve the people who aren't here. I mean, I'm grateful I have the family I do. I'm grateful I have the friends I do. It's not that. It's I miss my dad. I miss my dad and who he was to me and things we did together. Same with my brother. I wasn't as close to my brother, obviously. But, you know, it's like when people lose a spouse. Well, just go find somebody else and get remarried. Like, it's not about replacing a body. You know, it's like if you lose a child, oh, just have another one. It's not that, you know. It's not inserting a new person to replace the old one. You've got to grieve the person you lost, that relationship, everything you did with them. You know, my dad and I did everything together for a long time. It was just the two of us for a very long time. And so to replace that relationship, that's never going to be replaced. He's never going to replace, and I have to grieve that. So I know that for those of us who have had these losses, when it's somebody, and people will say things like that, you know, they mean well, but that's not helpful. And it also isn't, I know this is another thing, people mean well, they'll like, you know, invite you to their family things or include you in theirs. That makes you feel worse. Because like, oh wow, let me just feel like the person everyone pities and the third wheel to just like, you know, tag her along on the end. Honestly, I'd rather just be by myself and on my own than have somebody like try to insert me into their life just because they feel sorry for me and think it'll make me feel better just to be somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Those of you who've had a lot of loss, I know you know what I mean. And it is people who haven't had the loss and they just don't know. And, you know, eventually they'll start to have those losses. Most people don't have those losses until later in life. Those of us who've had the losses early in life and this is kind of how we've lived. It's just a different experience. So I realized last night, like I'm finally grieving my dad. After all this time, I'm finally grieving specifically my dad being gone. Which I know sounds, again, like, didn't you already do that? But no, I was going through the trauma and the recovery of all that. But now I'm like, okay, my dad's gone. He's not coming back. These are all the things we used to do together. I'm never going to do any of those things again. And that's where I am right now, grieving. And I have to go through that. You have to go through that. So there's going to be days now that I'm realizing that are harder because I've come through the recovery of the trauma, even though, like I said, I haven't gone through all of it. But now I'm on this other side of like, okay, now I got to face facts. Like my dad is gone. It's just hard. And yesterday was hard, but I'm doing okay today. I actually just got a bunch of work done because both dogs came into my office, laid down, took a nap. So Charlie's feeling better. Thank you, Jesus. And I think today what I'm going to do to make myself productive after I've done all my work, but feel a little better around the house is make some Christmas treats. I've been avoiding the holidays. I haven't liked it. Still not thrilled about it, but this is something we've always had every year, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make them. And that is the chocolate-covered Ritz cracker peanut butter sandwich cookies, which I don't know that they don't have a name, but that's just what they are. My entire life I've had these. The great thing about these is they will last for like a long time because once the cracker and peanut butter are covered in the chocolate, it like seals it in. So it's not like a baked cookie where it's going to go stale after a week. These will last for a month or two. So that's what I'm going to make today. But first, it's Advent calendar time. Let me get the dogs. Okay, day number 7 of all the Advent calendars, which are a mess, are these little stars. So there's Teddy's. Where's Charlie? There you go. Charlie's doing so much better today. He took his last pill today, so I'm hoping that we're comfortable now. Were those so good? You guys love the Aldi, don't ya? Aldi for the win, Mom. All right, so that's 3 sleeves of the Ritz with the peanut butter. And then I got this from Sam's Club. They used to sell the Ghirardelli dark chocolate wafers, and that's just what I would get for these. But this year, they're really switching out a lot of the name brand stuff for their own, and it probably came from the exact same factory, although these are milk chocolate melted wafers. But I'm just going to do this in a microwave. Let's see, 30 seconds at half power, stir, and then 15-second intervals until it is smooth. All right, so there's the melted chocolate. I poured it into a deeper bowl just to make dunking easier. Just plop one in, dunk it, fork it out, shake it, shake it, shake it off, scrape, and plop. Maybe hard to do when I'm also holding the camera. Oh, come on now. Air bubble. Back in the day, we used to get almond bark to make these, but years ago, almond bark just kind of became harder to find. And remember I'd get it at Fairway and it was always good. And then it was a different brand. And I remember getting it one year and it just not being good. And that's when I started using the melts. That's when I found them at Sam's Club. But yeah, you'll have to let me know. Do you still use almond bark? And is there a brand you like in your area? I mean, I'm sure very few companies make it anymore. The other thing I would have done with the almond bark, the leftover almond bark, is we would have crushed up, well, actually not even that crushed up, but put chow mein noodles in it and made haystacks. I know some people really go crazy. They'd put like the chow mein noodles and marshmallows and nuts, and they just put all kinds of things in there. I've been watching TikTok videos, that pop up of people making different things for the holidays. I mean, I've seen people making Chex Mix. They put the cereal, and then they put, nuts. Then they put some rye chips. But then they're putting, like, crackers and Cheez-Its in it. I only like the cereal in the Chex Mix. I know I've shown that before. I did, in mine, put some cashews and rye chips because I had them. But, like, if I buy pre-made Chex Mix, the cheese stuff, I pick the crackers out and the pretzels and get rid of them because I'm that person. I only want the cereal and a little bit of nut, but only if it's a cashew. The other thing I want to make this year that I always make that I really like are peanut clusters, which is another funny thing because when I was a child, I was like, ooh, peanut clusters, gross. That's for old people. Now I'm old. I'm like, these peanut clusters are delicious. And that's just milk chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, and cocktail peanuts. That's how we've always made them. And then I do have the Hershey Kisses to bake the peanut blossoms. The nice thing about these dipped ones, though, is they're not going to go stale. So I can just have them around for the holidays. Sometimes we might even just eat a few and that's our dinner. And that's okay. Because we are 50 and we have survived a lot. And we are now we're just going to have to do what we have to do to get by in life and find whatever little happiness we can. And if that means eating these for dinner, then so be it. Because, I mean, it's dairy, a grain, and a protein with the peanut butter. So, like, that's almost all the food groups right there. So, yeah, there we have the finished product. I'm going to be interested to taste these, what the milk chocolate tastes like versus what the Ghirardelli used to taste like. But, yeah. Teddy can sniff up there because these won't be given to anybody. These are all mine because I'm the only family member left who eats these. But I guess I've got cookies now through January. And that's okay.